guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see today, I'm kind of a hot mess. I had work today and then I came home and exercised and cleaned the kitchen and all that good stuff. And I'll just be totally honest, I flat out didn't want to do the hair and the makeup thing. I know a lot of people won't even do a video until they've done their hair and their makeup, which is totally cool. But I just was like, no, not gonna do it. So hence, just as is, no big deal. It's all good. Really quick today, I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes, sort of about how we save for Disney and to discuss Disney Movie Rewards, DMR. If you've come across that abbreviation or acronym in your planning, that's what DMR is, Disney Movie Rewards. And this is, of course, not for the frequent Disney goers. This is for the new folks out there trying to figure out, how to save and how to plan and all that good stuff. So, really my biggest tip, I would say, whether your trip is small or big, is to book early. And not only to ensure that you get the reservations that you want at the locations that you want and get all your dining out. That has to be done early regardless of whether or not, you're doing this on a budget. But the longer you have out, it does allow you different venues for saving, I guess you could say. And yes, of course, the downside of that is the further the trip out is, you tend to be tempted to change your hotel room or add plans that you initially weren't going to. And sometimes it comes out in overspending. I know I've been guilty of that before, but just as much as you add, you could also take away. If you get towards the end and you realize you just overspent, there are things you could cut here and there. So anyway, all that aside, my husband and I usually plan it out anywhere between 1 and 2 years out. Because with most of the plans that you're going to book online or through a travel agent, usually just the down payment, I think, is like $200 to lock in your dates. And then as long as you are paid off 30 days before your trip day, the first day of your trip, they really don't care how you pay it out. You could pay all of it in once, you could pay little bits over the time, you could pay big chunks here and there, just sort of as your budget allows. So definitely book early. I mean, especially if you have kids that are young now, but in 2 years, they will definitely be ready for Disney. Might not be a bad time to at least get your dates booked, and just put that down a couple $100s to lock it in, and then figure out what else you want to do and how to be paying it off over time. Also, what we do is, since we do go so far, plan so far out, is we will make a list of what I call OOP, and that's my own abbreviation for out-of-pocket expense. Things that are not going to be covered under our tickets or our plans or our meal services or whatever, anything that we want to do that's extra. Like, we love to go to Disney Springs, and of course souvenirs falls in that category, but there is a dockside margaritas bar that we absolutely fell in love with when we were there 2 years ago. And so something as simple as, we know we want to go get margaritas. We love Bongos also, Cuban restaurant that's at Disney Springs. We know we want to go to Bongos. That's going to be out of pocket. Those things are not going to be covered under any Disney, dining plan. So anyway, our goal between, the time that we book and the time that we go, other than having, of course, the trip paid off itself, is to set aside either cash, change, or start stashing away Disney gift cards to cover all of our out-of-pocket OOP expenses, so that by the time we get there, there's no last minute figuring, there's no last minute, oh, can we still afford to do it? It's already set aside. The money is there, the cash is there, the gift cards are there, whatever the case may be, things like that. So because we are so far out, and I'm so much of a planner, for example, I know how much we're going to spend at Bongos. I know how much it's going to be because we've been there before. I know how much we're going to spend at Dockside Margaritas. I know these things. I have some good amounts that I can set aside to shoot a goal for. And so because of the fact that it is so far out, we have what I call Dimes for Disney jar. So I had an old jelly jar, I think, and I took scrapbook letters and just put Dimes for Disney. And as you can see, it's almost full of dimes. And I did a rough guesstimation when I got to about $20 full. So this jar full will be around $80 to $90 roughly. And that is roughly what we usually spend at Bongos. Bongos is a very authentic Cuban food restaurant. It is very expensive. You're talking about great cuts of meat, authentic style cooking. It is an expensive meal. But that's one of our splurges. We look forward to going to Bongos. So I know that once that's full, I will cash it in and we will have Bongos money. This is a smaller water bottle, and this is nickels, and I figured this up, and when this is up here with nickels, this is $25. So I will cash that in probably for a $25 Disney gift card that you can get at Walmart or Target or a lot of your local retail stores. And I will use that, say for example, dockside margaritas, things like that. So I try really hard to already have set aside our out-of-pocket expenses. And it's great to zone in on getting your trip paid off, but sometimes those extra things sneak up. I mean, souvenirs alone can get expensive. I'm even so anal when it comes to my planning. I make a list of just the souvenirs I want to get. And I try to actually find them online before I go and see how much they are. And I know that takes the fun out of it. And yes, of course, if I was to come across something that I absolutely loved in the parks, would I get it? Sure. But I go in with the intention to not use souvenir money on things that are trivial. Like I can get Disney t-shirts anywhere. I'll have a ton of them by the time we go. Just odds and ends that you kind of see anywhere are not really what's going to pull me in. Things that are special or specific to the parks only, that you can only get there in Disney World, are what I stick to. So anyway, chasing a little bit of a rabbit there. Souvenir money, extra drinks, special meals, anything that is not, on Disney property that is not somehow covered in or under a plan, sneak up on you. So save up, make a note, start an envelope, whatever you do, a couple bucks at a time here and there, or your change. I've seen people put quarters like in 2-liter Coke bottles over a couple of years. I think it's like $700. So anyway, my tip 2 is to also start making allowances for your out-of-pocket expenses that you just sometimes forget about right up until it's time to go. And then you're kind of scrambling, Another thing I actually came across when I was planning our honeymoon trip, I did not know this, I was very new to the Disney World, Disney trip planning scene, was DMR, Disney Movie Rewards. And I guess someone online had been talking about it, maybe. And nowadays everything you open has some kind of a points code, earn points, get free this, get free that. I have never been one of those people that pays any attention to that. I mean, like, all the flyers and inserts, I throw all that crap away. I've never paid attention to any of that stuff because it just never appealed to me. I didn't feel the need to actually keep all of it until I read about Disney Movie Rewards. And let me tell you, I am so glad I did. It's basically what it sounds like. It's movie rewards points that are that you earn by purchasing Disney movie DVDs, Disney movies. I think even maybe soundtracks, possibly. Don't quote me on that, but possibly. And so, lo and behold, through research, I realized inside those DVD cases, there's always that little flyer that has this little printed code, and I never ever paid any attention to it until I realized that's what they mean. You go on to Disney Movie Rewards, DMR, and you create an account. It's a completely free thing. Nothing is tied to your bank. It's literally just you put in your email, like that's it. And you type in that little code for any movies that you purchased, and you get some points, and I guess I thought it wouldn't be anything significant, until I went onto their website. I was actually pretty impressed. Their rewards, which is what you earn through your points, through purchases of Disney movies, there's a huge variety of things you can purchase with your rewards points. There's t-shirts, there's other movies, there's stickers, there's some big stuff, but my favorite category in the rewards section on Disney Movie Rewards website is the gift card section. I did not know that you could turn those points into gift cards. Now, granted, yes, it is quite a few points for a small denominator of a gift card. Like, I think for a $5 Disney gift card, you have to have 550 points. And that sounds like a lot, but a lot of the movies are anywhere between 100 and 200 points a piece. So anyway, when I realized this, I seriously went straight to the DVD cabinet. And I, at that point, owned every Disney DVD there was out there. So I took every single case off of the shelf, opened it up, boom, there was that little piece of paper with that code. You guys, I can't even tell you how many Disney gift cards I have got from Disney Movie Rewards only from looking at that little code in that little piece of paper inside the DVD case of DVDs you probably already own, guys. I mean, you don't have to go out and buy any. Check the ones you have now. Go to your DVD cabinet now. Open all of them. I will kind of show you what to look for. It is worth it. And I know, like I said, when you start putting in these points, you're going to think there's no way I'm going to get anything. But I'm telling you, you will learn when it comes to Disney, every little bit counts. And if it's a $5 gift card or a $25 gift card or whatever it might be, it is still something. It is something you will use. It is something you can use on a souvenir or food or what have you. So really quick, I will show you kind of an example of what I mean. Here's 3 DVD cases, Up, Inside Out, and Brave. Now, when I first was learning about all this, there is a little star logo on the bottom of some, not of all of the Disney DVDs. And it says Movie Rewards. And I don't know if you can see, guys, the glare is kind of bad, but right there, it says Movie Rewards. So basically, that's what you want to look for. However, if you don't see it on the front, that doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't rewards inside it. So for example, on these 2, you know, that little logo is not on the front. So turn it over, it's on the back, on the bottom. And this one, it happens to be on the back up at the top. So I think it's just all in how they're designing the particular case. So if you don't see it on the front, turn it over, check the back. But anywhere on the case that says Disney Movie Rewards means when you open it up, and I'm sorry guys, I don't have one to show you. There's that little flyer right here, you know, that most people look at, roll their eyes at, throw away, whatever. It'll have a code on it. Go to Disney Movie Rewards, put in your email address, type in your code. It'll say, congratulations, you have earned 150 points for the purchase of Up. So, of course, since that's how it works, if you were to go and buy, say, the exact same movie again, the code will not work for you double. It doesn't work that way. I kind of on accident did that. At the time, my sister was living with me, and we had a bunch of multiple movies that were the same. Like, we had all the Pirates of the Caribbeans. I had mine, she had hers, and I tried to enter mine and then enter her points, and it didn't fly that way. So, anyways, but guys, keep in mind, Disney is not just, you know, this Disney. Pull out your Star Wars DVDs. Pull out your Pirates of the Caribbean DVDs. Pull out your Winnie the Pooh DVDs. Pull all that out. So many people kind of forget now that Disney kind of encompasses this large, you know, area of different movies. So Disney doesn't necessarily have to be all your kids' animated movies. My point with all this is raid your DVD cabinet. Find out you could have $50 in Disney gift cards, you know, right there. You just never really know. And basically what you do is when you have enough points to purchase a reward or a gift card, you tell them you want to redeem your points and you pick out what you would like. And usually the gift cards, they have all the different fun pictures and logos. These are just 2 plain ones that I use as an example. And then you will put in your shipping address where you want them sent to you. Now it does take about 2 weeks, but still, if you're planning way in advance, you've got the time. It's not a big deal. They usually come within 2 weeks or less. And, you know, I just stash them away. Of course, I always check it, make sure it's the right amount, make sure everything's correct on it, you know, that kind of thing. But there you go. You've got, you know, another way to get you some Disney gift cards. Because if you're anything like me or if you have kiddos throughout the year, you purchase Disney movies, you know, whether it be the new Star Wars or whether it be the newest, you know, Disney kid movie that came out. You know, it's just throughout the year, you would probably be surprised at how much Disney stuff you purchase. So anyway, all right guys, well that's actually it for this video. I just wanted to share with you a couple of little tips. Like I said, how we save. We do Disney Movie Rewards. We save our change in jars over the span of a year or 2, and we book incredibly early so that we can slowly pay out with time, you know, our expenses. And of course there are so many other areas to save for Disney. However, I will confess I do a lot of planning and I know a decent amount, but I do have the assistance of a magical vacation planner. Her name is Allison Spruill. I'm going to eventually get around to doing a video just about her. She's fantastic. My point with telling you that is if you're still kind of on the fence, contact a magical vacation planner because they can kind of tell you maybe how to create a trip that would qualify for discounts. Get the discounts. Find out when the lower times of the year are to go. it really makes a huge difference. My husband and I always go on an off season. We go after the holidays are already gone. We go when some of the rooms are the cheapest. And this particular trip, with just the resort that we picked and the dining plan that we had and the number of days we were going to be in the parks, that we qualified for an amazing discount. But I will tell you, I would not have known that. I'm not that intuitive yet. I'm not that plugged into, you know, the planning community to know about these discounts. I only knew we got the discount through my vacation planner. She emails me one morning, hey, congratulations, your package fit into this great discount, so, you know, take $700 off, you know, or whatever. So that's another thing. It wouldn't hurt. Normally I don't push the whole travel agent thing. And I'm not saying just any travel agent. I'm only recommending someone from Magical Vacation Planner. So I will try to put Allison's information in the description box below if you would like to give her a call or contact email, whatever you would like to do. So those are really, I guess, my biggest tips. Book incredibly early, almost 2 years out. Save your change. Do your Disney movie rewards throughout the year. And you never know, you might be surprised to see at how much you could save on your next Disney dream vacation. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions or comments, concerns, please put them in the comment box below. I'll do my best to get to, you know, any of your questions. So thanks again for watching and have a magical day. Bye, guys.